Hello and welcome. This is Michele Christensen of OneNote Worthy Life, and this is a Plan With Me video for January of 2020. I'm using OneNote for Windows 10, and I'm going to walk you through how I evaluate my past month and set new goals for the upcoming month. Let's get into it. As usual for my Plan With Me videos, I've already done this process, and the reason I show it to you after I've done it is so that I can give you a nice, concise overview. I take this time between months to really reflect and think about what I accomplished and why, and carry that into my next month. So I can give you a much more concise overview after I've had that time to think and process. So the very first thing I do when I'm setting up a new month is to look at how I did on my goals for the past month. I have a sheet in OneNote, or a page in OneNote, that has the black text on it with goals on it, and then I just use a color to make comments or evaluations about how I did on those goals. And the color doesn't have any significance, it's just whatever I'm in the mood for. And using a color helps me tell the difference between my commentary versus the original goal. So I generally complete my reflection and planning process kind of near the end of the month or the beginning of the next month, but I do make notes throughout the month. So this first page you're looking at shows my goals for OneNote Worthy Life, which is my YouTube channel and blog. So let's go through that. The first goal I had was to follow my editorial schedule. And I've had this goal for several months, and I want to work on getting better at creating and sticking to an editorial calendar. And I've found this to be kind of a skill unto itself in terms of building my YouTube channel. Each video has multiple steps before and after filming, and those steps have unpredictable durations. So it's been a challenge for me to create and adhere to an editorial calendar, and I feel like this is going to be a really foundational step to create series of videos and that kind of thing. It's been my main focus for the last few months, though, so I am getting better at it. Now, this month I gave myself a yes that I followed my editorial schedule, even though I didn't do exactly what I had planned. I had a video planned on using search for OneNote for Windows 10, and it ended up being way longer and more comprehensive, and I ended up doing a follow-up piece on search in OneNote 2016. And all of this was in response to a question I got on using search, so it was just much bigger than I had intended, but it was really valuable, and I really liked the content, so I wanted to continue to do it. This was more of a conscientious pivot from my plan rather than just falling off and not keeping up, and I feel like that's a significant difference. And this was the first time I felt like I had could really say in general that I had reached my goals for following a content calendar or editorial calendar. So that was a milestone, and I also want to underscore that this has been my main focus for several months, and this is the first time I've reached it even like in a loose term. So hitting your goals can be a messy, long-term process, so just keep adapting and keep trying if you don't have success right away. So my second goal was to work on getting the tech set up to resume my monthly live video chat, which is called the Take Note Chat. I didn't make any progress on this, but I do feel more motivated to get it done. I've been connecting with people lately that I feel like would make great guests, so I really want to get this thing going again. But I was also really clear that this month and for the past few months and the next few months that my editorial calendar is my main focus, so I was comfortable letting this slide in order to make that first goal. And then my final goal was to continue to learn my new camera. I ended up buying a new camera a month or two ago in order to be able to film videos on my iPad and other format videos that I can't currently do with my webcam. I'm finding it really fun, but there is a lot to learn, so I'm just chipping away at it bit by bit. Again, this is where having clarity that first goal of sticking to my editorial calendar was the most important thing, so I feel okay that I'm only making slow progress on this calendar. So now for the personal goals. So one of the first goals I set every month is for my calories. I currently weigh a little bit more than I should, so I'm working on actively dropping that weight. And I have a calorie goal, and this is how much I want to undereat by each day. And it's an average over the month. Just to be clear, that's not how much I eat in total. Someone did ask me that question once. But I didn't quite hit my December goal, but I did manage to drop weight over the holidays, which is a great accomplishment in and of itself. It's so easy to gain with all the extra events centered around food. So I'm going to stick with that same goal of 410 of under eating each day, 410 calories. My next focus area for my personal life is under the theme of Be Ready. This is my theme for 2019 and for 2020 and possibly even beyond, and I have a link in the description to a playlist explaining what this means and why I picked it and stuff. I've identified a whole bunch of smaller areas of my life that can add up to me living my life more in a state of being ready for unexpected opportunities or challenges or whatever. And in December, my focus was to do all of my daily habits pretty regularly, and I feel like I did a good job of that. I stayed current, and I did most things most days, which I think is a success. My other personal goal has to do with a sewer project I've been working on for a few months. If you haven't heard me talk about this, my husband and I need to have a repair done in our sewer line where our house meets the city line. And it's kind of complicated because it involves multiple agencies and things like that. So we've been stalled on that, but I finally have the next steps laid out. So I feel good about making progress on that. And then the final personal goal is we are also, and if you're new to my channel, we are avid do-it-yourselfers. So we are installing a security system. And one of my December goals was to get the first few pieces of that installed, and we've definitely made really good progress, and so that feels really good, and we're just going to keep moving forward with that. So the next section I like to do each month is called What Else? And this is just a freeform section for anything that happened that month, good, bad, unexpected, whatever, that impacted whether or not I hit my goals. And in December, it was mainly about the holidays. There's just a lot of extra events and kind of extra errands and stuff. And the other thing is I found December really hard. The holiday season is just really hectic, even though I myself keep things very low-key. I don't have a whole lot going on. But I live in LA and everything is super, super crowded all the time. And so when you add everybody's extra trips and errands and things like that, even going to like the grocery store is really hard. So I found December kind of hectic, and I've actually already looked forward to next year of how I can kind of be ready for that even before December hits. And then the final thing, well, the second to final thing I want to look at is my December annual plan. So this is what I thought I would be working on in December when I set up my plan in the beginning of 2019. So it's just a few personal and family events. It was great. I did actually intentionally leave my annual plan really light in 2020, and I think it worked out great. So I'm going to do the same thing in this year, which is 2020. And I think I said 2020, but I meant 2019 last year. Left it really light, worked out great. I'm going to do the same thing this year. And then I just want to show you my December calendar. This is obviously not where I keep appointments or anything like that, but what I like to do is write one good thing that happened each day, because it gives me tangible proof when I look back that good things are happening each day. And so that's been something that really helps me have a more positive attitude about everything in my life. Now it's time to set up January. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at my annual plan. So this is what I anticipated that I would be doing in January when I set up my annual plan. And it's just a couple of, family events, so nothing big going on there. Next are my January goals for OneNote Worthy Life. So my goals are pretty much the same as they were last month. I want to, again, hammer hard on hitting that editorial calendar. Get the chat set up for the Take Note chat, and then keep learning that new camera, sorry. And now my January personal goals, also very similar to what they were last month. I want to try and hit that calorie goal, keep the weight kind of slowly moving down. For my Be Ready theme, I want to continue to focus on those daily habits. That's been really helpful, and it's really helped keep my life kind of organized and together. Keep that sewer project moving ahead, and keep the security project moving ahead. And the way I define moving ahead or moving forward is that we're not stuck, we're not waiting on anything. Our next steps are known and scheduled. And so all of those things are true for both of those projects. So the final thing I want to show you is my January calendar. I've already filled in some of it because I'm filming a little ways into January. And that's it. I'm all set up for January. I love this time of year, the beginning of a new year. It's just really exciting and fun for me. Um, so I have a lot of energy around kind of goals and accomplishing things right now. And I want to take this opportunity, as I often do at the end of Plan With Me videos, to encourage you to start a planning and reflection process, even if you don't have one already. This has been so helpful to me just in moving my life forward kind of slow and steady, piece by piece. And it's really adding up, and I'm seeing big changes happening in my life as a result of this. And one of the most helpful things is the reflection process, because if I didn't hit a goal, I go back and I think about it and I say, well, what happened that made me not hit that goal? So if this seems intimidating to you, I encourage you to just start with one tiny little goal that you can easily measure your progress on without doing a lot of extra work. And then see what you can accomplish with that one thing and build from there. So if you have questions or comments or something you want to see in more detail, leave a comment on this video and I'll do my best to answer you. I do love answering questions and comments, so I often make a video in response. So if you have questions on OneNote related things, you can leave a comment or reach out on my contact page on my website. If you want to see more videos like this, as well as OneNote tutorials and other videos on productivity, life management, goals, that kind of thing, please do subscribe by hitting the subscribe button, and let me know you like this by hitting the thumbs up button. If you want to talk to other OneNote users, feel free to join one of the Facebook communities I host, which are the OneNote Bullet Journal Facebook group and the OneNote for iPad Facebook group. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.